Xin chào. How's it going, bud? How are you? Come on. Come on, you. What's up, everybody? How you doing? Welcome to the Dead Rover. This is my new YouTube channel. This will be my first video on my new channel. I've already uploaded some of my other old videos from Rogue Dog, but this is where you will find me now. Stay tuned for history and other things of Vietnam and the rest of Southeast Asia, and maybe another place or two. Anyway, today's adventure is taking us to Bình An People's Cemetery, formerly known as Bien Hoa Military Cemetery. It is a cemetery of ARVN soldiers, Army of the Republic of Vietnam. And for many years it was neglected after the war. Families weren't allowed to go there for political reasons. It's a very politically sensitive place to visit. So we're gonna go visit today and see the sights and check it out. Let's go. I always stop at this little coffee stand. I like this little lady. She's really super nice. And I always get coffee from her. Okay, so here we are at An Binh Cemetery. When you come to the gate, if you're a foreigner, he asked for my passport information. So if you have your TRC or your passport, just show him your passport. He's gonna take a picture. It's like checking into a hotel. You know, they just gotta know where you are at all times. So anyway, whatever. Don't let that throw you off. But yeah, show your passport at the gate. It costs nothing to get in. Let's go. So yeah, like I said, this is an Army of the Republic of Vietnam cemetery. Look at that dog over there sitting on that grave. So if you're unfamiliar with your Vietnam War history, or American War as they call it here, the Army of the Republic of Vietnam was the Southern Army, okay? And the Americans were allied with the Army of the Republic of Vietnam. The acronym for that is ARVN. So this is an ARVN cemetery. My father, when he was here during the war, he worked very closely with the ARVN and Montagnards, mountain people, training them in insurgent tactics and guerrilla tactics to fight the NVA, aka the North Vietnamese Army, and the Viet Cong, which was the guerrilla wing of the North, otherwise known as VC. So there's some brief history for you if you are unaware of those acronyms and meanings. So according to my notes here, this cemetery was supposed to hold about 30,000 ARVN soldiers. It was built in 1955 and decommissioned in 1975. And for many years after the war, it was closed to the public. So many families that were allied with the South, or Viet Q families that were refugees from the war that went to the United States, if they returned, they were not allowed to come visit their dead loved ones, fathers, uncles, brothers, etc. And then over time, they reopened it, the military and civilians, took control over it, restored it. But during the time that it was closed, much of the cemetery, or portions of the cemetery, were taken over by industrial development and around the area. Some graves were moved. Some families moved their loved ones to private cemeteries or what have you. So I think at its peak, there were 16,000 war dead here. And now I think that there's about 12,000, if my notes, my trusty notes here, are correct. So no matter what your political beliefs are, this was a very sacred place to some. This gentleman died in 1968, probably during the Tet Offensive. If you do not know what the Tet Offensive was, in 1968, the North Vietnamese Army and guerrilla troops of the Viet Cong led a surprise attack on the South during Tet holiday. The Americans and the ARVN were taken completely by surprise because they figured the North would just be partying and celebrating Tet holiday. Oh no. They led a massive counterattack into the South, and it was probably the heaviest fighting during the entirety of the American War, especially in and around the city of Hue in the north, towards the north. Here we've got some chairs. I don't know, this is where the night watchman chills at night or something. I don't know. Wow, that's pretty cool. Xin chào. How's it going, bud? How are you? It's all sweaty in here. Yeah, if you don't like the sweat, don't visit Vietnam, because you're gonna sweat every day, if you're in the South at least. This is a very politically divisive site. I mean, the war is long over now. It's been over 50 years now, almost 51 years now. So a lot of that animosity is disappearing with a new generation, but you know, the wounds are still there. So yeah, after the fall of Saigon in 1975, this was a controversial place. They closed it to the public and didn't take care of it very well, and a lot of the graves were lost, or a lot of places in here were bulldozed over, bodies moved. But yeah, so that gives you a little perspective of how people may feel about a place like this. There's another monument up over that way, up on a hill, that I've done a video for my TikTok for. It's a shrine. We'll go over there after this. Woo! Whew, man, the mosquitoes are alive and well in here, man. Watch out. You might want to bring some mosquito repellent if you come in here. Whew, man, they're everywhere. Whew, man. Mosquitoes are fierce in here today. They're getting eaten the up, man, like bad. So hopefully I don't come away with malaria or something. Anyway, let's go check out the other site. Okay, anyway, we're here at the other site. There's this hill here, and up at the top of the hill, there's a kind of a shrine, and I'm not 100% sure on this. I didn't do all my notes here, but I think this is a monument to the unknown soldiers of the Arvin that were killed during the war. Okay, this is kind of like the tomb of the unknown soldier, but for Arvin soldiers. Okay. And yeah, I don't know. I met an old guy up here last year. I got a TikTok video about it. You can check it out over my TikTok. That's on Rogue Dog, not the Dead Rover. Entirely different vlog. But yeah, you can check out that video there. But let's check this area out and see what we can find. Watch out for snakes too, man. I don't know, man. I worry about snakes all the time. I don't want to get bit by no snake. I don't like spiders either, but I think I could deal with a spider more than a snake. I don't think there's incredibly poisonous spiders in Vietnam. There is in the United States, though. I don't think there's black widows or brown recluses here, although I have a spider bite on my leg, but it's kind of concerning at the moment. Into the temple ruins I go. Yeah, like I said, I know you can't really see it, but this part here used to be part of the cemetery over there. But it looks like they've built a factory in between here and there and a road, and they've just kind of, built up around this area. And a lot of it, the original site has been lost to time and industrialization. It's a little drier up here, so there's not as many mosquitoes. Again, we have music. There is one really dark footnote about this building here. When I was doing my research on this place last time, I found a news article that someone had either been murdered or committed suicide here and was found hanging here recently, too, within the past 5 years. So it's kind of a not good thing. It's my view that a lot of people are kind of afraid of this area of the world because it's hot and there's diseases. Well, I mean, people think that there's diseases. There's mosquitoes and poisonous snakes and tigers in some areas and elephants and dark history that's not necessarily that old. I think a lot of people are unaware of the rich history of this area. Let's go inside. Yeah, but I thought I was the only one up here, man. That dude was cashed out. I thought for sure he would have heard me blabbing and woke up, but I don't want to disturb his beauty sleep, so I'm not going to go in there. Actually, you got to take your shoes off when you go in there, too. I don't feel like taking my shoes off. So it's just a shrine in there. You go in there and pray and give your respects to the dead. Well, anyway, that will conclude this vlog. Check out the rover, the dead rover. Check out the dead rover, my new channel. If you enjoyed this video and you want to see more like it, so be sure to subscribe to this. Be sure to hit the like icon and the bell icon when you subscribe. That'll let you know when I do my next video. And yeah, I don't know, man. Have a good day. Peace. Try to remember that history is important. Many people forget history. Keeps repeating itself. That's why we learn history, so we don't repeat mistakes. There's a lot of mistakes being repeated right now. I'm not going to name names or countries, but man, the level of hypocrisy in the world right now is really insane. So history is important. Teach your kids, okay? Oh, on a side note, I bought this little thing online. It's a pretty good like POV shot thing if you've got your camera. You want to wear it around your neck. You want to get good shots of driving, riding your bicycle, whatever, snowboarding, whatever. It's pretty good. It's not a steady cam, but it works pretty good. It was cheap. It's like $10 online. Anyway, peace. Have a good day.